Okay, we'll call the town council meeting for the evening of November 1st to order. And we'll begin with the Pledge of Allegiance, as we normally do. And I'm going to, if you will excuse me, I'm going to exercise my prerogative on the Pledge of Allegiance here. Never got a chance to do it again. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Stacy, if you'll call a roll, please.
Mayor Fraser.
Here.
Mr. Whitten.
Here.
Ms. Higgins. Not here. Ms. Mickey Hummel.
Here.
Mr. Randy Hummel.
Here.
Ms. Shida. Here. Mr. Trumpet.
Here.
Thank you. Do I have a motion to approve the agenda? For a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Okay, I need a motion to approve the minutes from our meeting last month. Second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. No scheduled appointments this evening, so we are up for our public safety report. Tom? Good evening.
Good evening. I don't have an extra written report because the one was made yesterday. They does the status for me to do the report, that's all. On the way here, there is a fire with a fire on Erie. There is one fatality that I'm not identified yet. And that's other than that, that's all we have right now.
Tell us, you know anything about the start of the
They're in the process. The fire marshals and around, fire departments on scene, we've got investigators and girls. So that's all the details I have.
Yeah.
That was the house on the house, correct?
Yes.
It was the child's home. Someone checked the address.
Yeah.
8916 Erie
I
Avenue.
don't know if he was there in the process of it all that.
That's all
But
right.
I don't see him over here.
Well, do you need to get that?
They've got it under control, so I'm going to be other than the way, probably.
All right, well, thank you. Okay, Joanne, your treasurer's report?
Treasurer's report for August, the beginning balance was $484,000, with $329,000 in debits and $286,000 in credits. The balance at the end was $526,000. MLGIP investments, general fund was $2,672,000. Sewer was $34,000 and water was $7,000. Total cash available to the town of North Beach for the month of August was $3,241,000. Hotel tax collected during that period was $1,187.50, and state business license was $15.46. For the same period last year, there was $3,256,000 available to the town for the month of August, and there were $2,311 in hotel tax and 0 state business licenses.
All right, this is, as you point out, this is through the end of August, not September or October.
That's correct.
Because we're early, yeah. Because about this time of the year, we start getting revenue from the county.
Yes, and you have received a bulk of your revenue already, and that's in investments.
Okay, all right. Are there any questions of Joanne? You see the receipts and disbursements over 7,500. Okay, do I have a motion to accept the treasurer's report?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you, Joe.
Mayor, just a word or two. I'd like to express my pleasure in working with you and under you during your term.
You're acting like this is my last meeting.
It's been a pleasure, and I hope that the future brings more
Continued
change.
success.
Yes,
Well, if you're the treasurer, I'm sure. Thank you, Joe.
thank you.
Donnie? Knight, Public Works.
Kind of probably like to echo what Joanne said before I get in my report, just take a minute to thank you. Thank the council also for the last 8 years. I came up here from Calvert County, but it's some brother creditor working here. It's hard to believe how much we've got accomplished in the last 8 years. I think if I were to write up tonight. And I think the first week or two, first month maybe, we went up to get bombed up at the Public Works building. Got that thing done, got the wetlands over the park. Boardwalk for Burn Oaks, people that area can use that park, and it really never stopped, since then. So really enjoyed it, really thoroughly enjoyed it. It's a pleasure, learned a lot. It's been a pleasure working with you.
Thank you, Don.
My report, I didn't have too many highlights. I'm going to skim through it real quick. That way, someone else wants to say something at a time. We did have an on-site meeting with DG&E about relocating electrical service. I've been working with Paul. You heard me last couple of meetings talk about the well station upgrade. That was on-site meeting, second on-site meeting about that. And Paul is working on a set of plans to take down to the county to get the building permit, and the project will probably start in the next couple of months. Perform routine flush in the town water system. In my preparing to say some words about you, I read the wrong report. This is last month's report. But actually, we met like else I reviewed you need.
You want me to read your report?
I don't remember what we like to do. We've been working on fire hydrants out down. We went around plus, we continue to make them. We're working on the alleys throughout town. Continue working on that.
The maintenance cutting on the landward side of the flood bank?
Yeah, we did do that. We went over and noticed some locust trees, some small brush. And I know in the past, indeed, that like anything growing like a dam type structure, because the roots and all the fall is damage to the structure itself. So we noticed some small locust trees. I contacted Gene from Environmental Concerns, and he recommended not pulling out there. So we went ahead and just cut the land side, or push all of that. They look kind of, the plants didn't take as well as we like them to take anyway. So I think we cleaned it up, did some maintenance work on there. And along with that, we also did some maintenance work on the landward side. In the low areas with seeded washed out. I was still got a little bit more to do, but we have done some repair work there. We're kind of waiting on the environmental concerns to come back. They haven't shown up yet, so we're going to have just kind of ready to start taking initiative.
Perform maintenance on all seasonal?
Yeah, we did, summer's over, pulled off, every season, put all the equipment in the shop, where that, did the maintenance, and we were looking at getting the snow equipment ready for the open season. Leaf back, snow equipment, and that type of stuff.
Any questions of Don? Thank you, Don.
Good.
Okay, Paul?
Good evening.
Evening.
Well, third the sentiments, I haven't worked here as long, but fifth mayor I've worked for and do a great job for the town. Never heard a bad or a negative.
Well, you haven't been in all the places.
So and you told me about all those places, I stay out of them. I just really want to bring up two things for this month, unless there's any questions. We, Donnie and I worked together to put together a 5-year storm drain maintenance plan, and also Councilman Benton talked a little bit with that early on, so I put that in your packet. If you want a larger scale, I can get that to you as well. So this is kind of looking forward on things that are going to have to be put, the larger ones, it's not the small project, but the larger ones down the road that are going to have to be put in the budgets going forward between systems and such.
And you're continuing to negotiate with Calvert County.
Correct. We do a drainage.
It's their water.
We're at bottom end, so we take all their water. Correct. We're also, speaking of Calvert, working with them, trying to get updates on where they are with their sewer, with the smoke tests, and we've heard a little bit about that in the past. So, we've been down in Chesapeake Beach, where I came from, they, continually have problems with wastewater treatment taking on stormwater. It's a big issue. We all pay to treat it. It's unfortunate. That's the way it is. So, we all need to do the best we can to keep up with council and the next administration. There's a lot of recommendations in there, some of which the town has already done, some of which we're working on currently with staff. And going forward, we should get that on the agenda. Now, Calvert hasn't passed the mitigation plan. It's not required that they pass it before you pass it, but I certainly would like personally to hear if they have anything additional before, you take it before your final review and comments. If you have any, pass them on. Any questions about it, pass those on.
When do you think they plan to pass it, Paul?
I don't know. You talk to them, I've talked to them. I know some of the constituents have talked to them. I think it's been to the commissioner's request, but they haven't responded to a date yet. They were hoping this fall, elections, and probably next year, I guess. And anything else on my report, I'm happy to.
Donnie, by the way, the meeting of the state highway is next Wednesday, I think,
Right, that's right. 10 o'clock next
on the utilities and the boardwalk. Yeah, I've marked time off my schedule in the office to go to that, so I'd like to ride up with you all.
Okay. So that's, what we're looking at in that meeting is, the mayor, really pushing the ferry, the underground utilities across there. And this is a meeting with the utility contractors, UG&E, and the design group of state highway. And we're going to push that and hopefully get that to the point that that's behind. So,
Emphasize the importance of it to the town. Thank you, Paul. Rick?
Good evening.
Good evening.
Other than what you have in front of you, we had a fairly slow month with zoning things. Only had 2 things for the planning board this month, and then we're in several projects ready for Board of Appeals on new houses. If you've worked around town, you probably saw the one house we've been working on for years has finally been taken down. The lot is now empty, vacant lot, ready for a new home. The Able House over on 8th Street. It's 4032 8th Street.
Yes, you're right.
4032. Got floodplain management training coming up with the state next Thursday. I know they're going to talk about some of the mitigation plans and stuff throughout the county, who hasn't finished and who hasn't, so maybe I'll get some more information while I'm there.
Paul? Rick, sorry, I was looking over your report. And I just highlighted only 4 notations for trash and rubbish. Let me tell you, that's a marked improvement from 20 years ago. So, thank you to you for the job that you have done for enforcement. It has made a big difference. Probably some people aren't happy because we're enforcing the codes, but
There's been a few, but for the most part, it's not bad. I will say too, that Dawn's website is generating more emails. We're getting a lot more houses that we don't see or we may not see through emails where residents are emailing saying, hey, can you come by and look at this, or can you come by and help us with this? So there's a lot more interaction between the residents.
the public is buying into it.
Yep.
That's great to hear. Any questions of Rick? Thank you, Rick.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, let's see, we don't have, oh, there's Rolani. Oh, first, Dawn. Marketing.
Hello.
Hello.
So for October, I continued preparing for Home of the Town Boo Bash. The music, the maps, and judging sheets, things like that. We attended the event and photographed. Although we had rain, we had a pretty good turnout, I think. I finished the fall newsletter, which I think the last meeting I was almost ready to mail it. So we got that out and delivered to the post office. Now we're working on Christmas. Christmas on the beach and the Christmas market. We're having the day of the parade, so we're working on those things. Then assisting with the letters and responses to the Board of Library Trustees. Worked with Ronnie and the deputies to, sorry, Corona Beach Pink on the 24th. We had town businesses that participated with that, and I just checked, and so far they've raised $4,914. I think they're in second place behind Bob Carpenter. Promoted the Red Ribbon campaign. We had wording on the town signs and the red ribbons up in conjunction with the Coward Alliance Against Substance Abuse. Search check sales for October were $804.56. We sold 47 items. Will be open December 1st and January 1st. Text notifications, we have 356 subscribers now. That number keeps increasing. 9,936 followers on Facebook, 1,233 followers on Twitter, 1,765 on Instagram. And I put in my report this message I got about Isaac. I hope you guys read it. It's someone commending him. I shared it with Donnie and the mayor when I got it. Just saying that he was, at their property, quick and polite. And
Well,
professional.
read the note.
Okay. We do have a full house, so I'll go read it. She says, I called town hall this afternoon to report a minor public works related concern I have on my property. Within the hour, a polite professional gentleman named Isaac showed up outside to resolve the issue. Then came by to let me know my problem was fixed and wished me a good weekend. Oh, how I love where I live. Thank you for such a great experience.
Thank you, Isaac.
Yeah. And I don't know if you shared it with them, but I read it to them today. Any questions?
Thank you, Dawn.
Yep. And I have something to say. It's been my pleasure to work for you for 7.5 years now. Time has flown. I love the positive changes you've done in town. This is my hometown. I'm a teacher, like Stacy. As a boss, you've been fair, sometimes stern, but always gentlemanly. I appreciate the opportunities you've given me, and I'm sure going to miss you.
Thank you so much, Dawn.
You're welcome.
You've been a pleasure to work with. And Stacy, thank you for recommending Dawn. You have an eye for talent. Okay, Veronica?
Good evening.
Good evening.
I want to thank you too, Mayor, and echo the staff. I know I've been only here for, this is going into my 3rd year, but when I first came on board, you said, we got to get that Sustainable Maryland certified.
And you did.
Yeah, we did. We got many more sustainable features in the town, thanks to your leadership. We've got the electric charging station and the first energy efficient car. And so I'm proud and I thank the council and you for bringing me on board with the task to bring funding to the town. This month, I know last month I brought bad news with the awards that we didn't get, or the grant applications that we didn't get, but this month we have one award, and that was the lights. We're getting street lights along the bay as a first phase, and so that award came through the State of Maryland Community Legacy. I think we're going to do a phase 2 of some additional lights in the next coming round. We also put in for phase 2 of the Healthy Living Program. As you know, we captured the $25,000 and we used up all of those funds with the homes within the county. I think it was about 6 homes, and there were some from North Beach and some from some other surrounding towns from North Beach, but all in Calvert County. So the $25,000 went in exactly 3 months. We drew the money all down. So MEA was definitely very happy with us, and so hopefully, prayerfully, they give us more money, and we requested even more money, $200,000 in the next round. So hopefully that will be an ongoing program and benefit many of the seniors and maybe some of the people in this room to have a warmer home, an energy efficient home, and a lower utility bill, which we all need. That's all for my report. Thank you.
Thank you, Veronica. And thank you for the great job you do for our town. Okay, agenda says now is the time for public comment. Okay,
I want to say thank you too. I moved here in Crocus. It took me a long time to find my house because there's not a lot available. Everybody wants to live here. And it's because of you and the wonderful job that you've done. And it's amazing, so thanks. And I also wanted to say that the CTP this year, the Consolidated Transportation Plan, has in it the construction money for 261. So I don't know if you saw that or not, but the construction money is now there.
it's good to hear.
Yeah. You know, it's nothing, you know, they can tell you all day long that they're gonna do that project, but until the money's there, you know, show me the money. So, and that's, I think, the only construction project that's being funded, other than the 2-4 project that's going on, that's the only construction project in Southern Maryland right now that MDOT's funding, so.
We're delighted to hear that. Thank
Yeah.
you for that good news, Pat. Any other public comment? Norma Jean?
Norma Jean, early on, I was with the Historic Preservation Commission when it existed. And I'm just amazed, you know, since your term, the changes in this town. You just wouldn't believe, if you go back and look at pictures of this town, let's say 20 years, even 20 years ago, 10 years ago. It's just amazing. Thank you, Mark. You've done a great job in making our town look great. Thank you.
Well, thank you for all that you've done, Norma Jean. You've certainly been part of that. You and the entire garden club.
Want me to say a few words?
Sure, Peter. There wouldn't be a meeting without you.
Second time I've heard about this week. And the underagents in the office want to know why I'm the only one that speaks up at a meeting. And I tell them if I don't speak, nothing will ever get done. But I want to be, everybody to be reminded, first of all, thank you, thank you, thank you. The town is cleaner. It's not quieter, at least on First Street, but it's safer. Thank you very much for that.
Yeah.
It is important to young and old alike. It's simply more important to Lynn and I, than I refer to as Mrs. G in your Facebook pictures. But I noticed tonight that nobody's in their pajamas. Mark, if you remember 12 years ago, there was a very nice lady, very feisty lady that lived over on 4th Street. I went to her funeral, but I don't think I ever knew her name. And I spoke at her funeral, and I was very pleased to do that. And their family thanked me because I was the only person from the town that spoke. Gene Rupert, 12 years ago, 8 years ago, was very vociferous in their comments about what was going on, the pluses and the minuses in the town, and we miss her dearly. I say this with a sense of appreciation and to let everybody know that I didn't come from an urban area. I came from a one-street town in western New York. There were 12 houses in the federal post office. They took the post office away. The bell in the front yard was supposedly a revolutionary bell belonging to the neighbor of my grandparents who lived on the same street. She was very high up in the DAR, and as legend had it was a revolutionary bell. And I believed in that. I became the legend in the family until we moved from our former location in Darnestown to here 12 years ago, when somebody was on a ladder and looked up and said, "You sure this is a revolutionary bell?" And I said, "Well, I think so." He said, "Well, it says Ohio in 1938. So much for the legend. But Mark, you are a legend. And the people that have served you well on the council have become your awards in bringing a more safer, more clean, more friendly environment. 12 years ago,
8 years ago, Randy probably 6 years ago. Young people, middle-aged people said that they would never raise their children in North Beach. Lynn and I had the pleasure last year and this year to attend a street party on 8th Street last night, packed with young kids, having such a wonderful time, which is indicative of a very safe and warm and family environment. The last thing is, you know, I'm with Berkshire Hathaway, that's Uncle Warren Buffett. I call him Uncle Warren. And you see our signs in the town, not the signs for the franchise that I work for, but for Chris McNeilis, his new entity, new branch in Denver. There's 12 signs, 12 properties for sale in North Beach. Get ready, because I think that she is an intelligent, fair-minded, and aggressive realtor, and she'll bring fresh blood and fresh money to the town of North Beach, and we should all be grateful for that. So thank you all again for your wonderful work and your efforts. I'm just so happy that I've been here 12 years, and I hope I'm here another 12.
Thank you, Peter. I know we almost lost you about 10 or 12 years ago. Thanks for persisting. Any other public comment? Thank you for those kind words. Okay, there are no business items or ordinances. I'll give my report after the council. So let's start, Randy, with you, please.
Well, everybody's depressed tonight, it seems like.
Except that you'll be gone.
Yeah,
Or he'll be gone.
No, I was, yeah. Well, I was about to say, this, no matter what happens on Tuesday, after the absentees are counted, is my last meeting as this chair, which I've sat in for 23 years out of the last, almost 24 years out of the last 32. Other than that, it's been a mostly enjoyable time. I interviewed with the paper the other day, Mark, and they were asked about years on my relationship, and I said, at times it was antagonistic. Other than that, I really don't have much to say, other than thank you for coming out, and make sure you vote on Tuesday.
Thank you. Randy? Paul?
So I'm fairly new to North Beach, I should rate many of you in this room. But when I moved down here 5 or 6 years ago, and I talked to people in Dunkirk and in other areas down here in Calvert County, I'm county as well, I was up in Baltimore before coming here. And I tell them why I live in North Beach, just moved to North Beach. And pretty much without fail, they'd say, oh, well, when I was a kid growing up, we never went to North Beach, right? There you go. And I said, well, what changed? And without fail, every single person said, more freedom. That's what changed, and that's what has really made North Beach what it is today. So thank you for all your hard work. And I now have a 2-year-old, and I'm glad that I can feel safe with my 2-year-old here in North Beach. And that's largely what you've done.
I'm not sure about that, Paul, but I'm glad that you chose North Beach. And I'm glad that you decided to serve on the council. It's been an asset to the council, and we don't have to worry about your continuing for the next 4 years.
As long as that. Good.
Mike?
First of all, thank you for coming. It's good to see that everybody out here in the audience and the seats. And it's been an amazing 8-year ride. It's been a pleasure serving under your leadership, also with the fellow council members. And again, no matter what happens on Tuesday, my heart will always be in North Beach. I will always be a part of it. And again, thank you so much for everything you've given to this town. I know it's been a long ride. You've seen it come a long way. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Mike. Gwen?
Time just really flies, doesn't it, Randy? I can't believe it's, what, 4, 5, how many terms? 6? 6 times 4, 24. I'm not originally from North Beach, but I have to say that it has felt more like a home, really, than any place except for where I originally was, grew up in Santa Barbara. It's truly felt like another home. I can't believe that this is the end of this 12th year, my third term. And I'm still inspired, excited to be back. I guess there's no secret, right, for some of us on Tuesday. But it's been amazing. We first moved down here. We moved down, we said, God, just that view just catches you. And we said, you know what, I don't know, this place is kind of interesting. I can see the potential, but I don't know. We took a chance on it and never left. That was in 2000. And that time has flown by. Mark, I remember the first time when you were campaigning, I guess, the term that you had before the one where you had the break. And we lived in the blue house. It's no longer there. Isabel took that house away. You knocked on the door. And we hadn't lived here that long. We had bought that house. It was my husband, our first house after getting married. And stood in the doorway and you really listened. And you really listened. You wanted to know what we liked, what we wanted to change. And you made an impression. I voted for you then. And kind of got inspired to get involved in politics and in our town. And it's been wonderful to be part of the change. I just so appreciate your leadership. I've learned so much from you. And even though, and the colleagues here, sometimes we get in our little spats, but right, it's for the best. But can't thank you enough. Thank you for your leadership.
Thank you for those kind words, Gwen, and thank you so much for your participation over the past 12 years. It has made a difference. Mickey?
Thank everyone for coming out. Really want to thank all the dogs and all the dog owners that came out on the rainy, misty, cold Saturday morning. And then all the kids and families who came out for Blue Bash shortly thereafter. We had a good showing. It wasn't one of our best, but I chalked that up to the weather. And now it's Mark. I remember first meeting you when I was in the audience in the old town hall about what we should have on the playground, which has gone through 5 different renovations probably since then. And since then, it's always been unique, it's always been fun, it's always been a learning experience. More so since I've been on this side, because I knew of some of the inside baseball that happened, and now I'm part of the inside baseball and all the other smaller workings. So I really enjoyed that time.
Thank you, Mickey, and thank all you council members for devoting part of your lives to North Beach.
Mayor?
Yes.
Can I have Jane join, please?
Sure.
Jane called me earlier today, and she had a couple of little thank you awards to hand out to some of her members of the sustainable team. So if I could have Jeff come up, please, and Veronica, Kristen. Here's a little token of appreciation for you two for all the hard work that you did for North Beach, getting the designation with Veronica and the rest of the staff, and Gwen for everybody that worked so hard, and Joanne to get that designation. She's sorry she couldn't be here today. She's in the hospital. She's not feeling well, so she wants to give her appreciation for the work that you did.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Now, it is my turn. I'm going to do my best to get through this. This is from all of us here at the office and the council. Thank you for the 20 years of you. I'm sincerely honored for everything that you've done for me. You're not just my boss, as you said at my wedding. You're my father. You're my friend. And I am going to miss you at the bottom of my heart here in this office. Please enjoy this, your relaxation.
Thank you, Stacy.
So much. I'm going to miss you. Enjoy.
If you didn't pick up on that, Stacy was married 3 weeks ago. No longer Stacy Wilkerson, Stacy Miles. Well, thank all of you for those kind words. As I reflect on the past, going back 20 years, most of 20 years, I have a lot to be thankful for. First of all, to the town councils who have generally been very supportive. You know, nothing of significance happens up here unless there are 4 votes. And for the most part, as I recall, most of our votes have been unanimous. Perhaps because we had the same vision, but I'd like to thank this particular council for your support for the past 4 years, and the previous councils who have donated their time and their best efforts in the interest of North Beach, because one person does not make it happen. I'd like to thank the staff. In my view, the staff makes us look good. You know, the staff is really who run the town from day to day. We make decisions up here and things happen, but in terms of the things that are very important to all of you, you know, it's the Public Works Department, or it's the staff here in Town Hall who are taking the phone calls and answering the questions. And we're surrounded with the best possible staff that I can think we could possibly have. I'm not a micromanagement type of person. I don't need to be, because when you surround your people with the kind of people that we have, like Stacy and Joanne and Dawn, Donnie and Paul and Rick and Richard and Bud and all of you, I mean, I sleep easy at night knowing that North Beach is well taken care of and looked after. And thank you to the residents who have been supportive. I mean, generally, there's nobody at these meetings, so I'm thinking maybe this is a good riddance party. But you know that. I mean, when people are upset, they come out and they complain, as they should. But we have not had to deal with that by and large, because I think people, by and large, you know, are satisfied with the quality of life in North Beach and the direction that the town is heading. And I'm very optimistic about the future of North Beach. Peter, what you said, there is demand here. People want to move to North Beach instead of moving out of North Beach, which was the case when I took office. I thank all those of you who, in particular, who have volunteered your time to serve on our commissions and our committees. They're extremely important to the operation of government, whether you're on the Environmental Committee, the Planning Commission, Board of Appeals, Economic Development. You know, the efforts of all of us pulling together gives us the recognition that we got in achieving the Sustainable Maryland Award, the great success we had in the America You Are Beautiful program. And North Beach is a beautiful town now. It's clean. Thank you again, Rick, for the job with code enforcement. Code enforcement was always an area that we, you know, needed to step up, and now we have a professional there who's doing an excellent job there. Donnie, I could just go on and on about the great work that you do for North Beach. And I guess if I have, you know, some advice, you know, to give to the next mayor and council, you know, don't tinker with a good thing. These staff members love North Beach. They work hard for North Beach. They do a lot of things. We know what they do. They do a lot of things that we don't know that they do, but they get done. I have been very honored, feel very privileged to have been elected and to have served the people of North Beach since 1998 with those few years when I got off track. And I would ask you to, please continue, staff and the public, to give the new administration the same support that you have given me. Thank you. Thank you so much. It's been my pleasure. Thank you. I guess that adjourns our meeting. There are some refreshments back there, so if I'll have a motion to adjourn the meeting. All in favor, say aye. Aye. And good night, Mrs. Murphy, wherever you are.